Sup guys, what is up and welcome back to another video. Today we returned in some more gameplay. I was able to capture at PAX East. This time it is about a game called Astroneer, and it is a game that I think you guys are going to like. So this is just a little bit of a kind of demo area. Here you can actually see that we're starting off on the moon. You're seeing a bunch of status updates at the bottom saying we're running out of oxygen, running out of energy, and we gotta find a power source. So how this game works is it's randomly generated worlds, all that crap. The demo, however, is pre-built / pre-generated just for demo purposes, but it is randomly generated and all that crap. Here you can see that we have a little power station, so these will eventually be constructible. I don't know exactly how the game's going to start out, but eventually you can get to this point, and once you get to this point, this is where power, oxygen, all that comes in. So I think you'll probably spawn in, run out of oxygen and that type of crap, and this is how you replenish it. You probably have to make some sort of a oxygen generator, and then you also have to make a power generator for power for your suits, and your power can be used for a plethora of things. This is a powered kind of quote-unquote vehicle, although it's kind of stationary, but it is a miner / digger. Here you can see me moving it around, and we are going to begin digging with it. We are searching for water, which is a resource that we actually are going to have to refine and use, but here you can see digging going on. You can see that we have acquired water, and we're just kind of searching this area. This is actually the moon, and our goal currently is to get we want to refine this water into fuel and then use that fuel to power our spaceship to get to the other planets. However, this is just a little moon. Really not a lot of interesting crap here, but that's kind of how it's going to work. There's going to be different worlds you can explore, kind of a la No Man's Sky, although you don't actually get to pilot the ships in between, at least currently. Here you can see me going around. I am, I used transported that hydrogen there, not hydrogen, the water, which was then transformed into hydrogen, or changed into that, and then you can see that it filled up the fuel gauge on this little lander we have. We are hopping into the lander, we are clicking on it, and we are going on an adventure to another planet. So that is kind of, at least in this demo, that is how that works. Like you guys probably can see, it's an early build of the game. It's not representative of the final product, but when I was talking, at least currently, this is how transport is. I'm not controlling this. It's literally just hopping from planet to planet, and currently there are one planet and one moon. We are landing in another pre-built base, but you will actually have to eventually refine all of this, and not refine all of it, but make it. So here it's saying welcome home Astroneer, which is kind of hinting that we went on a mission to the moon, and this is kind of our way back. It's said there you can toggle, or you can press E to toggle the deform tool. Right now I'm hopping into our buggy. On the back you can see that yellow bar, that is our power, and we're going off to explore this planet. So that is, I'm guessing, our home world, since we had a pre-established base. We went to the moon, that type of crap. That upper yellow bar, you can see we're actually about to run into a cactus. Those can harm us. There's no, at least currently, there's no real enemies in the game. The enemies are more the environment, and that's what you have to survive with your struggle for oxygen, struggle for power. Here you can see I'm using the deform tool, which lets you deform land and all that. I'm actually breaking up some of these crystals, and after I break them up, I can collect them. There you can actually see on the back of my backpack, a little kind of hexagonal thing popped up, which is the resources that I'm gathering. So this tool I'm using lets me deform it. I believe that this tool does require power, and you can actually see that I'm connected to my buggy, so I'm actually using my buggy's power source here. But if I wasn't doing that, I would be able to use my own power source that I have on my backpack. My backpack can be used as a power source to help out the buggy, I believe, and a bunch of stuff like that. The driving mechanics are a little weird at first. It's like you don't actually... it's literally just the arrow keys, not arrow keys, WASD. That's all I use, but it's kind of weird. If you do left, you will go left. If you go back, you will go back. If you do right, you will go right. But like your buggy will turn around to correspond to that. I don't know. Here you can see that we are heading into a cave to check this out. Here's another resource. And you can kind of see there I was kind of building up, so you can actually switch modes. You can deform with this tool, and you can form with it, which is going to be useful for things such as base building, making tunnel systems, all that crap, and of course mining resources here. Our buggy's kind of getting stuck, which could be some bad news bears, because we kind of need this thing to get away. You can see that power is sapping some more because we We've been connected to it pretty much the whole time we've been doing stuff. These caves also can be interconnected. You will see a little bit later. We go into a deeper cave system, but for now that's it. We are actually getting stuck on these crystals and whatnot, and this is where kind of the driving mechanics did start to screw me because they are, I'm not gonna lie, the driving mechanics are finicky, but maybe they will fix it later on. There you can see our home base. It does have a little marker, and pretty soon here we should be back at home, and we're gonna start messing and using these resources. So these resources will be used to create things for our base, create additions to our base, and I'm guessing ultimately create like space shuttles and whatnot, which is how we will venture forth to new areas. So here I'm actually going to get out. Our buggy needs charging because it really does not have much. So at this point I'm actually talking with the guy who made the, or one of the guys from the team who made the game, and I'm trying to figure out how to charge this thing because I have no clue what I'm doing. Keep that in mind. And there you can see a plethora of plugs coming from the solar panels, because those are solar panels. So I'm going to try to connect it to this wire here, which I can't do. So ultimately I'm going to connect it to the solar panel. So I kind of have to disconnect everything else. And right now, you can kind of see the weather is getting a little bit rougher. So a storm is actually hitting as we're speaking. And this is where he's like, you should probably get out of there. This is where crap will literally start flying around and things are not going to look good. And you can see things are starting to fly around. That could be dangerous. So he's like, you should probably build a base. I'm like, okay, so I'm going to dig a tunnel down and just kind of survive in this hole. You can see stuff flying above me. So I just made this little hole to survive. Then I'm like, you know, this cave system, let's look around. Let's see what happens. And you can, if you're digging around, there's a chance that you come across a cave system. But I don't think I actually do anything like that. But you guys are probably wondering, what's the point of the game? I am not really sure how to explain that in the best way. I think it's pretty much just to explore and enjoy it. That appears to be what it is, but there's kind of a lot of creativity and a lot of fun in that because you get to do base building, you get to do huge builds and that type of stuff. It is going to be multiplayer to my knowledge. I'm actually, I have the Steam pulled up on my phone, and it does say multiplayer and co-op. However, I didn't ask about that. I really should have, but you can kind of see me digging around. So lots of potential for, I don't know, just crazy creations, especially with the forming and deforming. There you can actually see the freaking storm cloud, which I thought was insanely cool. You can see like dynamic weather coming and going, and with like procedurally generated planets. You know, that's a recipe for some goddamn fun. Okay, so now I'm actually heading back. I'm going to try and use this resource of mine and actually create something. And he's like, oh, you should probably get your printer. And I unfortunately dropped my printer down there. That is the... Yeah, I dropped that. So now I'm messing around. I got to figure out that you like click to hold or something to actually get it out of there. Problem is, the hole into here is a little bit too steep. So I'm going to spend, give or take, the next minute trying to get out of this hole with this stupid thing. But anyways, in terms of what the game is, which is probably what you guys care about, it's pretty much that. There's not a whole ton of info because I'm not sure when it's coming out. I should have taken notes on that, but 2016 is what it says on Steam, so I'm guessing that's when it will be coming out. And I mean, ultimately, that's what it's going to be about. It's going to be exploring, discovering stuff, raising questions, and maybe there's going to be a story to it. Because, I mean, you know, this is a demo. I didn't ask about that, but there's potential for a story or something like that to happen. Here, we are going to hook up, or at least I'm going to attempt to hook up this printer, but I'm having a little bit of difficulties for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why, but going to attempt to connect the printer, and then this printer is pretty much the object that is central to everything in the game, because it's a 3D printer, I believe is what it's called, and pretty much what it is your key to success. There you can see some of the stuff you can craft. Solar panel, you can see the resources that are necessary. We have a stack of stars there, as you can see, and for different things there are different requirements. Right now I'm going to take the stack of stars from my backpack and put it onto the workbench, which I just got to get a better angle for, and then I'm going to look around and see what I can actually get out of this crafting. I wasn't able to make the solar panel because I didn't have enough, but I do have enough to make a battery. So now we're going to print up a battery, and then I believe I can... I don't know how you use the battery exactly. Oh, that's what I did. I actually put the battery on my backpack, so we can... There's upgrades for your suit, and then that battery increases our power storage, which will allow us to potentially drive our buggy longer and that stuff. I think buggies are upgradable too, or if they're not upgradable, there are better vehicle types you can get and everything. And it's all kind of progression like that, because here I'm actually heading over to the question mark. I'll get back to progression in a second. But here I'm heading back to the question mark. These are kind of little relics slash sites you can find and use. So this site in particular, he was telling me you can like find stuff and resources here. This one in particular is kind of like a charging station. You can kind of see near that like kind of satellite array, those two little yellow bulbs. Those mean that they're able for charging. Here you can see it's kind of transition into a bit of a greener biome, which is cool. So you got different biomes across planets running kind of this mountainy area over there. So a good variety there. But back to progression. Progression is going to be super important because you need more power. You need, I don't know about tools, but like, for example, if you want to get deeper into cave systems, you got to make sure your Jeep has more power so you can get down there and back with what you're hauling. And then as you go deeper, you'll find better resources, and all of it kind of connects. So progression is going to be super important because that is how you progress. Progression is necessary for progression. And here I somehow got stuck on the tiniest little rock in the world, and that rock then refuses to disappear, but it's tipping over, so we can't get out of it. But that was strugglesome. That was. And now my Jeep's going all over the place. That rock's still in the way, but a little bit glitchy. But I mean, it's an early build. It's not even early access. It's not even out yet. This is literally just a build. So that stuff's to be expected. And I just kind of want to reiterate that because I don't want people watching this maybe a couple months down the line like, oh my god, this game sucks, obviously. Here's another cave we found. So they are... I don't know if I'm going to say they're abundant. I think it matters on the world and everything. But at this point, I'm just going to try to go as deep as possible into here. You know, that's what we're doing. We're going as deep as possible. You can see us come across different resources such as kind of purpley crystals, another cactus there. I think the cactus can hurt us if we go into it. Currently, the health system, it doesn't have a bar or anything. The health system is mainly if you get hurt, your screen starts to get more red. That is kind of pretty basic, but that is what it is for now. You guys were probably thinking, oh, you can't even die. There's no hearts. There is health. You can actually flip over the vehicle. Here I get it unflipped. I don't remember how you flip it. I think you just pick it up by clicking on it and holding on it. You pick it up, you can unflip, and then as we get deeper, things also do get a little bit more dangerous. So in a little bit here, after I get past the little finicky driving controls, we should reach a dead end. And then once we go the other way, we should reach some poisonous type, I don't know if it's plants, it was something. And it just kind of shows. I don't know how deep it goes. I don't know how deep we can go. But my Jeep is starting to run out of power. So really, I just kind of ditched it at this point to see how deep we can get, what we can explore. And then we have those kind of plant-like geysers. So those kind of spit out acid slash poison, and that will hurt us. You can see the crystals are changing colors as we're getting deeper. So they are different resources. And these are going to be needed to build different stuff and all that. So progression, like I was saying. And yeah, that's about it in terms of like explaining the gameplay, and I think doing an okay job at explaining the premises of the game. But if you guys have any questions at all, comment in the comment section down below with these PAX videos, because I'm not the best explainer in the world, and I realize that. I'm really trying to do my best to, well, just explain them to the best of my ability. So down below, let me know any questions, any concerns, anything like that you might have. I'll do my best to answer them. And if you are excited for this game, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel if you're potentially new. Once it does come out, as soon as I can get my hands on even a press copy of it, I will be uploading it ASAP, because this game seems like something that you guys would enjoy. And it seems like something that I would definitely enjoy. So it's something that will definitely make its way on the channel. But other than that, that's about gonna do it for me. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the video as always, and hopefully I'll see you next one.